So y'all know I usually let the fellas jam out for a little bit before we get the show started. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the CheckSwing podcast with myself, the brains and brawn of the show, Coach Santa, and the Hall of Famer, my man Rob Battle, who's putting on for y'all today. He said, today was laundry day, man. So I just felt like, putting on something light and it's hot. I'm gonna go ahead and flex on y'all real quick. Pull the guns out, sun's out, guns out. Hall of Famers in the building. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Feeling great.
Hot.
Great.
Hot.
It's definitely hot.
Yeah, and it's hot too.
Do you name your guns, Rob?
I never got into it. I guess I never was too clever to come up with cool names.
Well, so this is Boom, and then this is Pow. So there you go. You're welcome.
I don't have a name for mine either.
I don't. I let them speak for themselves, man. Somebody else will name it.
Yeah. You can get away with that when you're above 6'1".
Yeah.
Never been there. So I don't know. I guess ain't been close.
Lord.
Listen, I'm so short. I was listed as 5'7" on my roster in college. That's how short I was. Well, how many college athletes 5'7"?
So you was listed at 5, so that means you really 5'6"?
I wish.
Because wasn't Allen Iverson listed at 5'10" or 5'11"?
He was listed at like 6
He was
foot.
like at 6 foot.
Oh,
So he's
that was
like
before.
about 5'10", 5'11".
He's like 5'11". Yeah.
Um,
Fastest dude I ever seen in real life, for sure. Quickest, anyway.
Oh, when he showed up to practice. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Here we go. And then we probably going to talk about Embiid at some point too.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's all right.
I mean, speaking of that, my daughter was. I'm excited. She's doing the Sixers camp.
Ooh,
this week.
Nice.
CCP. Basketball's not her thing, but I wanted to get out of the house and have some fun, meet some new friends, learn a couple things. But then she comes out, they all give her all the campers a jersey, and guess what number she got? No, 21.
now what was your jersey number? Hold on.
21. I was 20. Hold on.
You were 23. Okay.
21. She came out with a 21 jersey. She said she had a rough day today. She was like, "Oh, I didn't do well. I passed the ball to the other team." I was like, "Damn it, see? It's that damn 21."
Did she complain?
It's not your fault.
Did she complain of stomach cramps and have a weird craving for Chick-fil-A?
Right? She was definitely craving Chick-fil-A today.
Okay. Yep.
She heard my wife was stopping there. She's like, "Why did you get me Chick-fil-A?"
That's Justin's boy.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. No, I will go. And before we get in the show, because we did not plan on talking about this, so I'm bringing it up. So I apologize, fellas. I will say this.
Uh-oh.
After that first game, because I didn't really see the second game yesterday, but after that first game, I was wondering. I wanted to say I couldn't wait for the show so I could say I feel like Embiid is not going to get a lot of playing time on the Olympic squad.
Dude's out of shape already.
He said he's out of shape already. Well, he wasn't in shape last time we saw him. So when you say already, you mean he ain't in shape yet.
He played a full basketball season. Played the most games he ever played in his life.
See, here we go. See, you're getting shots in there, just underhanded, sneakily. You're getting some shots in there, even if you don't mean to be. You're getting some shots in there. So I'm gonna leave that.
He's in 2 games. He's not looking good. He fouled out in 12 minutes of the first one.
Yeah, and and his game. Well, I shouldn't say his game. His the way he plays, like he if he feels too slow for the Olympic game, for the international game. To me, I'm not a professional. Everybody knows this. Um, and I feel like his game doesn't mesh well with the players around him. Now, what I'm hoping as a Sixers fan is he learns something from all these great players he's playing with, whether it be on the court, off the court. I hope he learns something and brings it back to the team. I'll leave it at that.
This MB trash section segment is brought to you by the Chick-fil-A cookies and cream milkshake.
No, it's not because they didn't give us any money. It is not. Don't lie to the people. Don't lie to them. I don't think I asked y'all how y'all been, but it doesn't matter now because I think y'all told us already, even if you didn't. But this is. Go ahead.
Remind me at some point. I have to make a public apology to the Make a Wish Foundation.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that right now.
Okay.
That seems kind of important.
So, remember how I told you I went to the Phillies Orioles game a couple weeks ago, right? With my sibling, with one of my nieces, and they're going through the lineups. They're going through the starting lineups, and the PA system when you're sitting in the upper deck of Camden Yards is not clear for whatever reason. It's like one of those Casio radios that were sold at Radio Shack in like 1987, kind of sort of thing. So they're going through the line. Of course, it's like majority Philly fans, Orioles fans. So they're announcing the Orioles, Phillies fans are booing. And at this point, I'm not really paying too much attention. So I'm like scrolling through my phone. So a name was blurred out because I assumed again that they were going through the Orioles announcement. So then I stopped scrolling through my phone and I just go, boo! I'd start booing. So my niece slaps me on the shoulder. She's like, Uncle, no, it's the kid throwing out the first ball. I was like, so hold on. So it gets worse. So I was like, oh, okay. And she's laughing uncontrollably and like putting her head down in shame. And I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, he's a Make-A-Wish kid. I was like, oh. And she's like, I don't think anybody heard you. And then I'm looking around and everybody's doing this. I was like, oh, God. To make matters worse, so he throws the ball. He's like 20 feet short. There's a guy standing next to him. So I'm like, all right, he might have like, issues with his legs. So he did the joint where he flicks his wrist. He went like this, and it was a cane. So not only was he a Make-A-Wish kid, but he was blind. I was like, so I need to publicly apologize to the blind kid who got booed by a guy in the upper deck of Camden Yards.
So
you booed the blind Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah. Whatever his name was, because I couldn't hear it clearly over the loudspeaker. So to you, the blind Make-A-Wish kid who goes by the name, I apologize to you.
Yo, I'm gonna have to cut this part of the show and put it on social media.
Do what you gotta do, but it's a public apology. So
it'll either help us or harm us. But I got that's a funny story. It's kind of funny.
I just had to
boo the Make-A-Wish kid, but that was kind of a funny story.
Yeah, and you know how like it's like you already feel like a jerk, but then it's like it just keeps compounding and compounding. So he was blind, and then he got helped to a wheelchair, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity to say that y'all need to leave Philadelphia fans alone, because as you can see, fans in Baltimore boo Make-A-Wish kids.
Oh, is that? Oh, you just disowned me, even though I was wearing all Phillies garb.
Fans in Baltimore, in Camden Yards, did what he did.
Posing as Philly fans. Got it.
I would be willing to bet a lot of money. 99.5% of any Make-A-Wish kid that has come through Veteran Stadium, the Link, Citizens Bank, Franklin Field, RFK, whatever, JFK, whatever it was, Spectrum, Core States, Wachovia, all that, did not get booed by a Philadelphia fan. Beyonce and them got booed by Philadelphia fans.
That was
Not a
justified. You charging $1,200 for floor seats? Yeah, you definitely getting booed.
Even though we boo Santa, won't boo.
Oh,
won't
here
boo
we
Make-A-Wish
go.
kid, though. Will not boo
That
Make-A-Wish
Santa
kid. That's
Okay.
where the line is drawn.
That Santa deserved to be booed.
I listen. It was an unconscious boo. I wasn't even paying attention, and it was. You know whose fault it is. It's whoever runs the PA system at Camden Yards for having such a crappy system that I couldn't hear what was going on the field.
Let me ask you a question,
sir.
When you booed, like, was everything else quiet?
Yes, it was like
So
because
you
they
in the whole stadium that decided to boo at that very. Like, you didn't even follow along with other people were doing.
No. I did. It was just so random and blatant because I honestly, you know how like you do something and it's like you pick up right where you left off, and you think they're still doing that thing. That's I swore it was the number 9 hitter I was getting ready to boo, and it wasn't. It was little Tommy, blind Tommy.
So everybody just kind of.
Yo, you were that guy for 9
minutes. I was that guy. I was that guy, and I felt bad.
You are somebody's story all over Baltimore. You're somebody.
You know these Phillies fans. They boo wish a kid. I'm like, oh, I gave Philly fans a bad name for that day.
Damn, you are a messed up individual for that.
So I apologize also to the Phillies, the sober Philly fans that were there.
Okay. All right. Well, that is your apology to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Hopefully, they will accept your apology and understand that you did not mean to boo who you ended up booing. You meant to boo who you thought you might have been booing, and it definitely wasn't directed towards him.
Misplaced boo. Yes.
A misplaced boo.
There you go.
I also wanted to make a point. Even though I love. Listen, I thought it was a great saying. But apparently, I got reprimanded by my wife. Said we can't say midget. So
yeah, apparently you can't say that.
I looked up the proper term. We can use dwarf. Like don't be a mental dwarf.
Got it. I thought, but isn't dwarf derogatory too?
It's more accepted as a proper term. Little so person just doesn't quite fit there.
Yeah, little person. Yeah, it doesn't.
Dwarf feels more derogatory to me.
It does, doesn't it?
No, but that's an actual term. Like somebody has dwarfism. That's
right.
It's a medical term.
So the M word is not an actual like that was like just like created by us, kind of like other how we create.
No, they've used that. I don't know when it became derogatory, but
I honestly thought it was only associated with the Tootsie Roll because they're called midgies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah, the thicker ones are called midgies. So I always thought I always thought growing up that's what a midget was because I didn't go out much. So I thought I want to have a couple midgets, and you know what I was talking about.
Yeah, I didn't know it was bad, but I mean, listen, man,
that's yeah. I think that was more recently, like within the last 10 years or so, maybe more, that became a derogatory term. I never know. I mean, it is what it is. But it is, huh?
Don't be a mental dwarf.
Don't be so it's derogatory to say mental M word.
Yes.
If you're referring to a dwarf and you use the M word, that's terrible. I guess that's what we're saying. But if you just use that word, period, it's terrible.
Apparently, That's not a problem.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I learned something new today.
Yeah.
Learned something new. I learned that Rob is a bully because he's 6'8" on the court and he talks about short people. And I learned that somebody else boos kids that shouldn't be booed. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to tell you anything about myself. I'm just going to leave it for another day.
Oh, you don't have a sin that you need to repent from. Almighty Jesus.
That's why I use very
Come
high.
on, we emptying out the skeletons, Jay, and you got something there.
I would have to think. I wasn't prepared. Like I would have to think about, something that I can't get put on punishment for. So I just I would have to think. Maybe by the end of the show, I'll have something. But just, stuff pops in my head randomly. But we are in it's not a weekend, but tonight is the MLB, the Major League Baseball All-Star game. Last night was um the home run derby. All right. And before we talk about that anthem, let's talk about Alec Bohm a little bit, since he is a Philly. He participated. Kind of surprising to me that he was in there because he's not really known as a power hitter like other guys. But he was in there and he held his own. He made it to the semis, one ball away from making it to the finals, and who knows. Miguel, did you watch last night? How did you feel about his performance? Like, were you surprised? Were you pleased? How'd you feel?
I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I thought he has the swing for it. Like he has the perfect swing for a home run derby.
Leverage.
And the only thing and apparently it was something that was talked about to him because he mentioned it, I think, in this post interview, was about there's a lot of hitters that go on big slumps from home.
We lost you, Miguel.
Mute yourself again.
Okay, can you hear me?
There you go.
We got you.
I got two new monitors. I'm fiddling around. I'm
And
reminded of.
there we go. Okay, sorry.
Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. I'm reminded of when Bobby Abreu was in the home run derby, and I don't know if he won it or was in the finals.
He won it,
and then he went on a terrible slump. The second half of the season. I think the same thing happens like Robinson Cano and a score of other players. So all he said was it wasn't a major adjustment. Because he normally hits to the opposite field. Sweet swing for a right-hander, but So he said his adjustment was just swinging earlier to pull the ball for the home run derby, and it's at a run hitters park, to say the least. So, but I was pleasantly surprised. I don't think he's gonna have the same issues that the other players had.
Yeah, my hope is that he got with the batting hitting coach, and right away afterwards, I was like, all right, let's get your swing back together. Let's get it back to normal.
Which he did. I mean, in the offseason, like we talked about the last couple of weeks, his hitting to all fields. His defense is a lot better. Mm-hmm. Ever since the I hate this effing place comment, I was
at that game. I was there. I got there after all that, though. I was late. Yeah. Don't judge me. Rob, did you have a chance to check out the Derby last night?
I did not. I got a message. I was about the anthem. That's about that's about all I saw from it. Just that clip.
And we're gonna get into that. Yeah. I'm gonna just give you my thoughts on the home run derby. Miguel, the past few years, I have not been happy with the home run derby. Right, I have not, because I did not like the tournament aspect of it. Right, I like that whoever hits the most wins. That's what I like. I like what they did with it this year. I was pleased. I still would rather it be whoever hits the most, wins. But I like what they did with it. They give you 3 minutes, 40 pitches, comes first. You hit as many as you can. I like that. And then you get the 3 outs in the bonus. That was cool. My only gripe was the semifinals. They did the bracket, but after that, I think they did a good job. I think they changed it in a way that that kind of gives you the nostalgic feel, but also still gives you a piece of the newness of what they were trying to do with the bracket. So I'm gonna give them a thumbs up on this one. I'm gonna give
Okay.
them because you know I was not happy with I hated
Mhm.
the home run derby the last few years. So and you remember I sent a text to somebody last night. I was thinking about it. You remember when like hitting 10 home runs would be amazing in a home run derby?
Yeah.
Now people hitting like a million. It's crazy. But of course they're getting a lot more time and chances to do it.
Right.
Uh the anthem. We got to talk about the anthem. I did not see the anthem live, but just like Rob, I got a text from somebody about the anthem. Let's play a little piece of the anthem, just a little piece of the anthem. Let me see.
Put broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still
Now, I, I think that's the first time I heard that part of it, where she just tried to hold that note.
Question is who was worse, her or Carl Lewis?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say she was worse because she's an actual singer.
And that squealing. The it's like what?
And when you, Miguel, you sent me this last night, and I didn't say much about it in the text because I thought it was a kid. And I was like, I'm not going to say nothing bad about the kid because the internet is going to murder this little girl. And I just thought she was a kid all this time until you sent the text about she said she's going to rehab. And I'm not talking about she's going to rehab, but I was like, damn, that was an adult. That was a grown up that was singing like that. Like,
She's
what
a
the hell?
country singer songwriter. I looked her up. I heard the song. She sound good. I don't know what happened to her. She said she was drunk, but I blame whoever. I blame whoever booked her, yeah, and whoever allowed her to walk out there in that state. You can't tell me they're just surprised that happened. There were no signs. Like
Somebody knew she wasn't. She couldn't have been drinking by herself, and I'm sure she didn't walk from wherever she was drinking from or whatever the case straight onto the field.
I mean, you paused it perfectly. Like if you even the look on her face, she has that I don't know that Dana Plato look. Like yeah, she's hurting.
Yeah, and everybody else's ears was hurting all around the stadium. I'm gonna give it a little. I'm gonna give it a little.
oh, say does
Bring it home, girl. Bring it home.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
eyes closed. She definitely drunk. I believe it.
Woo! Wee.
But like I said, I don't know, man. Is drunk an excuse? I heard some really great drunk renditions before of any type of song. You know, you got the winos on the street. I had a wino roll up with me and my friends when we were younger, and he bust a note real smooth. Drunk too. You know,
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier Paul Williams from the Temptations when he sang, once in my life drunk. He sounded amazing. He was just drunk. He was just a little wobbly. But I mean that this is mine, you can't take it. Long as I know. I love. You know what I mean?
Sing it. Sing it.
Yes.
He even held a note. Heard my plea.
We gotta find a video now and match it up and see how accurate he is with that note.
I would
don't
love
know,
to know
man.
what
I
she was
don't
drinking
know
on.
if the drunk makes you just that bad. Jesus Christ.
I would love to know what she was drinking on. She had to be like, what was she drinking on? And I want to know if she sounded as bad to herself as she sounded out loud to everybody else. Like, does she know at the time that she was terrible?
I mean, I will say you have to be at a very bad point for you to sound bad. Like when my man got really bad, it sounded bad. How drunk was she? She wasn't stumbling drunk because she was, she
Right.
was stood up there and did everything. She walked off. So I don't, being drunk shouldn't have made her sound that bad. I don't think. Jeez, girl. Whew.
She might
Yeah,
have
that
done a
was.
whole bunch of things. Who knows? Who knows? That was bad. But I was thinking about some of the bad. I was thinking about like Roseanne. Didn't Roseanne do like a terrible?
Yeah, but I don't really blame Rose. I
She
mean,
was drunk though. She was just.
what were y'all expecting?
I mean, yeah, she was
What were they
basically
expecting?
hired to be terrible.
I looked at it as like a comedic ploy type deal. I don't
Right.
think anybody was expecting her to bust any notes. Like, come on.
Carl Lewis. You mentioned Carl Lewis earlier, but here's one.
He was worse because he really Carl Lewis really thought he was like doing
Yeah.
it. He's like, hold on, I'm gonna get it back. Hold on.
Carl
Uh-huh.
Lewis.
And it just got worse.
Uh-oh.
I know. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
and think about it. When I heard somebody say, "Yo, Flavor Flav did the anthem," and I'm thinking like, "Oh, this is about to be hard." He didn't do bad. He wasn't bad. He wasn't horrible. He did okay. He did
So is
better than
that
Carl Lewis. He did better than Carl
so is that more of a so is that more of is that more telling about how she really sings and how much technology she needs to sing?
Ooh.
Or
Mm.
is this the real what's her name? Ingrid Andrews.
Well, she got a lot of support. When she made that post, she got a lot of support from her fans. I read a comment, somebody said, "I just saw you live and you sound
Right.
amazing." So
Which I get, but prior to this I actually never heard of this person, right?
neither I had no clue who she was when I saw her.
But it was like, so all right, like this, right? About last year, end of the summer, big concert at Camden Yards. Paul McCartney. Everyone knows Paul McCartney. He's been around for 1,000 years. There were people that were recording Paul McCartney, and he decided he wasn't going to use the auto tune for this concert. And you could tell he didn't use the auto tune for his concert. But the songs are so legendary. Everybody was, singing, na na na, hey Jude, all the songs that they're popular for. They didn't give a damn because he's way past his prime and whatnot. But we know like a lot of singers nowadays need some sort of assistance.
They're not.
But
The majority aren't singers; they're entertainers
right.
who can hold some sort of a tune.
Yeah, that is true. Very true.
Like the two, like record yourself, Rob, singing the Paul Williams song, right? And then link it up to some auto tune. I guarantee you're gonna have a Grammy by like give it a year.
You know what? I need to do that. You know what? We have to. We should come together and just create a catchy tune. Remember, it don't have to have any substance to it. As long as somebody could dance to it, we can go platinum.
We can. Me and Justin will handle the sounds. I'll do the high. Just I'll just make up crap.
Like, we could just do a mumble rap. I mean, look at that. Look at that song. It's the lifestyle. What are you saying? You're not saying anything. But he got hit. He got hit. Tell me we can't do that. Tell me one of us can't do that. You know,
So I want to say yeah, right? But I feel like that's like our parents listening to our music, like, what's he saying? What's he saying? I could do that. No, you can't.
No, Justin. We can do that. We can't do this though. The mumble rap, we can do this.
you ain't saying
They
nothing.
do.
Just
I think they're hearing something that we don't. That's all I'm saying.
the importance is we get a nice beat. We gotta have a sick beat. That's what does it.
That's the big thing.
That's it.
Sick beat.
I will give you one other anthem that was terrible. I forgot what year it was, but it wasn't that long ago.
Fergie.
Fergie at the NBA All Star game.
That was a couple of years.
Oh, that's the jazz singer, right? She was all wild, like I'm the Rockets, like that. It was that one, right? She was all waspy or whatever.
Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, Fergie.
And she was bad. She was bad. Like people were covering their face, trying not to get caught on camera laughing. The players. I'm talking about the players. So it was pretty bad. And then she ended up with let's play some basketball. No, just roll, okay? Please. Roll out. Miguel, you put something on here. Just sticking to the theme of baseball, real quick. Because I'm interested in hearing about this. Ranger Suarez losing his velocity right now already halfway through the season. He's thrown 52 more innings than he's ever pitched in his career. At this point in his career.
At this point in his career, it's the most innings he's ever thrown.
He's going, because he's going a lot longer in games.
Yep.
This year he's going 9 innings. He's going complete games. He's got a complete game. He's got a couple complete games, I believe. Tell me about this, Miguel. He's losing his velocity. What's happening?
Well, part of it, you remember he was actually listed as an all-star, then they replaced him. And they said it was due to some like back soreness. It's like, okay. But it's kind of like the normal, I guess you could say, progression of a pitcher. The longer they pitch in their career, every year they kind of, match or pitch more than they pitched the year before, which is what's supposed to happen. But for whatever reason, it kind of caught up to him. So I think this happened at the perfect time because now, I mean, he's not going to have to do anything until the week gives him a good 7, 8 days, 9 days before he has to pitch again. So I think this could not have come at a better time. And I remember you asked the question at the beginning of the season, like, do the Phillies have what it takes to get to the World Series or win the World Series? And I think on paper they do. It's just, what was the one thing? Injuries. As long as you can get through a season injury free, and sometimes, I know, Embiid shot, we talk about load management, being a popular thing from basketball, sponsored by the number 3 at Chick-fil-A. And I think you're going to start seeing this more and more, especially from, baseball players, because 162 games is a long season, too long if you ask me. But I think that I'm hoping that he'll be okay.
You know what? Since you took a shot at Embiid, I'm going to stop you.
I wasn't finished.
I know. But y'all taking subliminal shots at me and Embiid all night, and he ain't even in the show. 162 games is a hell of a lot of games. But pitchers don't play 162 games. You may continue.
Thank you, OY. This is me, Kimo Sabi.
Just like if he doesn't play all his games, pitchers don't play all their games. What's pitcher doing getting hurt? He don't need to be getting hurt. He don't even play every day.
Well, I mean, I'm not the resident, baseball expert, but I mean, the stress that they're putting on their bodies with, throwing that ball at that type of velocity so many times, even when that's why they need those. They don't pitch back-to-back days.
Correct.
Here's what I'm not going to do. Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to argue with Rob about the stress that an athlete puts on their body on the basketball court. I'm not even going to mention it because I can't even make the argument because Rob has really done it. Okay. So I can't even make the fake argument because we done put Rob on this show and I can't even make a fake argument and win.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot, Rob.
I mean, think about it. I mean, I've tried it before. Even when I'm out there just like throwing the football too much, I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm not. You think about a pitcher that's throwing 90 to 100 miles per hour. I mean,
And you've seen them post interview, and they have this big shoulder thing,
I
and
don't know how they do it, man. I don't know how they do it. Your shoulder has to be so strong as a quarterback or a pitcher to throw that many, to pitch that many,
Guess what, Rob?
that's
Guess
such a
what?
high pitch count.
Guess what? Back in the times before us, they threw a hell of a lot more than they do today.
No, for sure, for sure. Like good old Satchel Paige.
Satchel Paige would throw 2-3 games a day.
But here's my thing. You said 162 games is a lot. I didn't play baseball on the higher level. What would you say to people who say like, yeah, you're playing 162 games, but a lot of times you have a lot of downtime during a game. It's very slow. You're standing around a lot. Outside of the pitcher and the catcher who is constantly in a squatting position, which is tough. Like, where's the bunch of the stress coming for the other players who? I mean, I know the sun, you're out in the heat, things like that. But in terms of physical stress on the body, like,
it's not just the physical stress, and they're starting to kind of like discover this more. It's also the mental stress, because when you're playing the chess game, on the base pass or at the plate, trying to figure out pitches, that's why like you'll see like players more often not go on like 0 for like 30 slumps, or they won't get a hit for like a week or two. Just from the sheer mental aspect of it. Because like think about it, like when you play basketball at your highest level, when did your day start?
off season or in season?
In season.
In season, probably up like 7 or 8.
7, 8 in the morning, and then like I'm sure there's like a players meeting with the coaches, or a shoot around.
It's either shooting weights in the morning and then like basketball practice.
Right. And then
in the evening.
Then you have pregame stuff, and then you have the game itself. So put all that together.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing that at some point for 16 consecutive days. I think last year, the Phillies were played 28 straight days without a break. And that also included like travel. I mean, you're traveling in like, chartered jets and stuff like that, but it's still it's like more of that stuff, you know what I mean? And with baseball, like not to diminish basketball at all, but at least you have like a true travel day. Whereas like if the Phillies do a 3-game series in Cincinnati, after that third game, they got to fly overnight to like Colorado and then play that next day. You know what I mean? So it's not just what's on the field, it's also the stuff that they had to do to prepare for that.
Yeah, I think it's similar for overseas. Like when I played in Venezuela, they did something that I haven't seen. Like in the playoff, we had played a 7-game series. We did 2-3-2. We played all the games back to back. So like we started at home. We played, let's say for example, we played Monday, Tuesday, and we traveled Wednesday, and then we played the 3-game Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we traveled. So it's like, I mean, everybody's different. I didn't have a problem with the mental. It's tough playing 3 days back to back a basketball game.
I believe that, yeah.
Physically, but like the mental part. But like, what I love about it is like, it's the game. Like that's the fun part. Practice is the hard part. Like the games are the fun part. So I go out there and I'm like, oh, I get to play a game. I'm excited because practice is like, man, when's the game?
Right.
I'll add that to both of y'all points. I think the fact that there is the baseball is not as grueling on everyone as like football or basketball or some of the more contact sports, more contact than baseball, that they can play 28 days straight. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
physically.
If it were
Physically.
basketball, no way.
No
No way
way.
any team is
No
playing
chance.
28 days straight
Mhm.
at any
No
level.
chance.
So,
And
but I think that lends to that.
it's tough because then you go certain places. When I first went to Spain, we play one game a week.
You
So
said
we're
1 week?
talking one game a week. So you can imagine what we was going through the whole week. Practice, 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 2 days. I'm like, damn, when is the game?
Damn.
We used to pray to have games like on what was it, Saturday, because typically it give us like 2 days off. We'll get Sunday and Monday off. But if we played Sundays, which my team did, you only get like the Monday or whatever, and then you right back at it. So we used to love having like the Saturday games or like Friday game because we'll get days off. But I was unbearable. If we lost in one game, you imagine what? Oh, I was a terror.
You sit on that for a whole week. Yeah.
I'm not happy until we get back on the court and I get another opportunity to win. So I'm horrible to deal with all week because I'm going ham.
Rob, I got a question for you. What was your favorite country to play in? Not due to results, but due to the lifestyle.
Spain,
Spain.
Spain.
Wow.
I
So
played
so
in
you loved Spain because lifestyle, but the league y'all was playing once a week and you hated that. Like it was like a
yeah, no, that was
wow.
horrible. The first few years I played in Spain, being in the second division, you playing that one game a week. That was shoot. I think even in the top league, when I was in the top league, ACB was like one game. Yeah, that's the hard part. That's what really practice is what wears on you.
Mm.
And I was blessed to have played. I played a couple seasons in Mallorca, Spain. So I loved it, man. I got there coming from where was I? Oh, I was coming from Argentina. So the place I came from was pretty cool because I was in a beach city. But Argentina is a third world country. So like my apartment was cool. I was on the top floor. The beach was across the street. But when I got to Mallorca, I was like, man, I got there. I swear this apartment building was like, if y'all remember New Jack City,
Yeah.
you remember the Carter when it was brand new? That's
Yeah.
what it was like. It was built like that in the square. In the middle, you had the pool and like the little park. You go on your balcony, you can look into the center.
Mm.
I go in there. They already had the furniture, the TV, the cable, with English. The kitchen. I had 2 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms. I was like, yo, this is life. And then you got the white sand and clear blue waters. I'm
White
like,
sand.
I mean,
Wow.
what more do you need?
Wow.
I was
That's
happy going to practice every day. Only
now
thing
you
the court was horrible. The court was like concrete. But other than that, the gym was nice. The court was trash.
really.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you
I
just
was,
said
I was
something.
young.
You just said something that piqued my interest, and I want to ask you about this. Because when we had you on the show as a guest a long time ago, you schooled me to something I didn't know about how the teams, like they'll come up from kids all the way through professional ranks.
Mhm.
And you said you were in Division 2. Now I know because Miguel taught me this a long time ago that um, these in soccer, international soccer, your team is bad, you can get relegated to another division. Your team is good, I guess you can go up.
Yeah,
Is
same.
it the same way? Is that
Mhm.
the same? Really?
Same. So when I made it to the top league, it was the ACB, which is basically like the second best league in the world after the NBA.
Okay.
I took my team in the second division. We won the championship, and we moved up to the first league. That's how we got there. So what usually happens is that in the second division, you win and you go up. 2 teams go up. The 2 bottom teams in the first division drop.
Okay.
So that's how that goes. And similar for if you're third division, like third division to second division. So when I went to Mallorca, that team had just moved up from third division to second division when I got to Mallorca.
So when you move up or down, is there an off season and then you starting a new season in the new division?
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of times, since the team doesn't have all of the funds, sometimes teams win to move up and they don't have the funds to fill that type of team for the next division, and they'll sell their position and stay down.
Oh, really? Wow.
So a lot of times when teams move up to the next division, their goal is literally just to stay, just to not be in the bottom two. It's not to like, hey, we want to make the playoffs, we want to win championship. It's we want to maintain ourselves in the division. We don't want to drop down again. So that's really what it's about when you first get in the league. So the longer you get in, the more I guess sponsors they can get, more money you get, better team they can field. Then they can be like, okay, we want to make the playoffs, we want to win a championship. But usually, if it's your first year in the league, your goal is just to stay.
Now out there, is it what is it like? Is it revenue sharing or each club has their own money?
Each club gets their own. A lot of times, it's sponsorship. A lot of these places overseas, they don't own the gym; they're renting the gyms.
Right.
Argentina is a little different because they're clubs. So these are clubs that people grow up in their whole lives. That's why it's so like they're so passionate about it. So the club owns the gym, so that belongs to the team. But like when you get to Spain, they're typically like renting the gym outside of like, you know, Barcelona, Madrid. Like the team I played with in Valladolid, they were renting the gym. So there was times where we had to play another place or practice another place because they had a concert there or something like that. We got bumped out because they were having an event. Somebody paid to have the gym, and we gotta move.
Interesting.
So
That's interesting. And it just for I didn't want to get into that. It's a whole another show. We're running short on time. Real quick, college football 25. And that's why I couldn't find. I put the wrong. I was looking at college football 24. I'm tripping. That's why I couldn't find what I was looking for. But anyway, college football 25 is dropping this week. Has dropped for some people. I've heard. Whatever the case may be. Hit us up. Call us. If you have played the game, let us know your feelings on it. Let us know your review. Miguel, I know you are a gamer. Rob, I don't know if you are or not, but you can let me know in a minute. Are you excited about this game? Will you be purchasing this game for your collection and your enjoyment?
So me and a couple of buddies of mine have frequented the Madden franchise, and I think the last couple of years the gameplay has been kind of wonky at best. So I'll wait to see. Just like with any new technology, like anytime a new iPhone comes out or whatever, I always wait like a year or two to see, make sure they get all the conks out. So yeah, I'm a little apprehensive, I'll say, because the game actually supposed to be released on the 19th, and today was like the pre.
Friday. I believe Friday is supposed to be released. Somebody called me yesterday and was like, "It's out right now for early release for certain people," and then like, I don't know. I don't know, so I'm not even gonna get into all that. But yeah, maybe this weekend. I'm not gonna buy it right away. But if they got the free demo, I'll check it out. Rob, are you into the video games at all?
I'm not. I used to be. I was a big. I liked playing against people. So if I had teammates, we'll play. We'll play Madden. But I rarely play Madden like by myself or like college football by myself. My older brother is like that. He'll do like dynasty mode and all of that stuff, franchise mode. That's not really my thing. I need somebody across from me I can talk trash to.
I got you.
I can beat and constantly beat. You want to run it back? Let's run it back. Let's go. All night.
There's a lot of college.
I'll never stop. You want to keep getting beat? You want to play again? Let's go. Let's do it. So and then I stopped when other hobbies. Like if I had a choice to be sitting here playing on a game or be on my bike, I want to ride the bike. I'm not gonna play.
That's why you're a big.
I don't even have a game console anymore. It's been years.
You don't advocate what?
I don't own a game console.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, cool. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to put this on? I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh yeah, this is one of the many glitches within the game so far.
Oh snap! Is he walking on air?
Yeah.
Oh. That's messed up.
So I just kind of want to know, was he down or not? Like what?
He was levitating into the end zone.
What the hell? What was going on there? Okay. All right.
Literally a Skywalker.
And then they was running underneath him. That was kind of funny. All right. Two sad stories to tell you about. A couple days ago, the world lost Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens, Jacoby Jones. I said he died peacefully at his home. I don't know the circumstances behind his passing. Miguel, what did you find out?
Still, the family hasn't come out with anything. To die peacefully in your sleep, I'm wondering if he had been battling an illness that the family kind of kept out of the press. Apparently very beloved. Like there was a couple of people that came up to me that were like, "Hey, you heard about Jacoby?" I was like, I had to remember that this happened over the weekend, and because he was on the last Super Bowl team here with the Ravens. So like, and we're only talking less than what 2013. That's just a little over 10 years ago. And a couple people actually thought he was still on the team because I mean, what caught me was the age 40. It's like 40 years old, so young,
Yeah.
40 years. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he was found in his home in New Orleans, I believe. But they said he I've heard stories of people passing away at a young age from natural causes, but I'm like, what does that mean? Like, how do you naturally die at 40?
Yeah. I guess they just, they say you died in your sleep. When they say that, elderly people die of natural cause, I just assume that's a nice way of saying it was their time.
Right.
You said he died of old age because that's not what you die from, but
right.
I feel like I'm getting congested during the show. Like what is going on? I'm transforming into a person.
Oh, but he scratched. He scratched from the lineup tomorrow, Coach Battle. He's out.
It's fun. I like this ongoing thing about him. I like it.
His only cure is the peach tea from Chick-fil-A.
He won an MVP a couple seasons ago. He's on the Olympic team. He averaged 30 points a game.
How can you advertise that he's on the Olympic team when he's out of shape?
Olympic team. Christian Laettner.
He's on the Olympic team and he's out of shape.
But he's on the team.
Can we not talk? Let's not forget what Christian Laettner was. People keep saying that Christian Laettner was that dude.
But
he was that dude in college, man. Like
all I'm saying,
Laettner was that guy.
He was on the team.
Yeah.
Miguel is saying, like, how can you advertise Joel Embiid is on the team when he's out of shape? He's on the team.
But he's on the team to be a star. Like he's supposed to be a Hall of Famer.
He's on the team to help the team bring back a gold medal.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
when are you going to start helping?
When the Olympics start.
Can't help from the bench.
He's going to flip the switch, huh?
Here, listen. If he's on the bench, if he does not play 1 second in the Olympic tournament. I guarantee he participated in practice. And I'm gonna go ahead and give Rob an opportunity to lie and say the guys that don't get into the game that are just practice players don't play a role in the team winning a championship.
So you're saying that his you say,
I'm not really sure what I'm saying just yet.
you saying he's like Glenn Big Dog Robinson? That's what you're saying? When he redshirted Purdue, they were like, "Oh, he killed us so bad in practice that he helped us get here." Type deal. That's what you say.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
You just told me he MVP. That's what the MVP is supposed to do, or he's supposed to make an impact in the games.
What did I say last week on this show? This team is full of stars, and somebody's got to be the 12th man.
Why would it be Embiid?
It could be anybody.
Everybody. No, it cannot be anybody. It won't be Anthony Edwards. It won't be Jason Tatum.
It
will not be LeBron James. It will not be Kevin Durant. It will not be Anthony Davis. So what are we saying?
Who else won't it be?
It won't be Bam Adebayo. It won't be. I'm gonna tell you who it's gonna be. It's gonna be Tyrese Halliburton. Well, it'll probably be Derek White now.
I'm thinking Derek White and probably Halliburton. Unless Halliburton gets cooking.
So I realized something very important. The closest Chick-fil-A.
Oh God.
From there's a Chick-fil-A in Paris, Texas, but there is no Chick-fil-A outside of North America.
Yeah, they're not international yet.
So that could explain the fatigue. He's going through withdrawal.
Are y'all going to go ahead and make me make excuses for this man?
Say again?
Are y'all going to make me make excuses for this man?
Well, he going to
make you already have.
Listen,
I haven't made an excuse yet.
I know how it is switching countries and stuff, man. He about to go to Paris. He definitely going switching the foods and stuff. He probably going to get the bubble guts. He probably going to have a tummy ache when he get out there too.
Chick-fil-A is expanding to Europe and Asia in 2025.
Look at that. Look at that. You're saying.
Rob, have you ever had an injury on the court that kept you out sometime? Were you
like
fortunate enough?
Serious injury?
Yeah, serious. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had sports hernia surgery. I have 2 of those. I had a microfracture knee surgery and I had an ankle surgery.
You seem to me that you've worked very hard in the game. Just by hearing you talk, you seem that you worked very hard to perfect your craft, to be good at what you do. And you guys say that Embiid does not, right? I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just asking you a legit question. How long would it take you to get back in the basketball shape when you suffered an injury that kept you out for a period of time that would get you out of shape? Just curious. And I know you're a hard worker, so you might get back quicker than most.
In my prime, it depends on. So, for example, when I had the sports hernia surgery, that was 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Recovery was about 6 weeks. By the time I missed the preseason tournament, by the time regular season rolled around, we're talking about probably another month. So 10 weeks.
10 weeks to get back in shape?
Before I was back out there doing it.
And it took games to get in game shape, right? Or were you able to kind of?
Yeah, you have to take games. Regardless of what people say or they're doing, nothing prepares you for a real game but a real game.
Okay.
That's a fact. You can play pickup and all of that stuff. Nothing prepares you for the actual game, the intensity that people are playing with, the speed that is moving. People don't play that way in pickup. So you can play pickup. Yeah, you'll get your lungs ready. but then you're going to need to get back accommodated with like the gameplay because now you got
Now you
little,
got to get
you
that
got
physical.
a little nervousness in. You got to get that out. Those
Right.
first couple of minutes, you're gonna be like, until you settle down and get into the flow. For me, the first couple of minutes every game, no matter how great of shape I was, it was always taxing.
Really?
Before I settled in.
Because you were amped up, right?
But I was able to dispel that because of the way I warmed up. So the key is to warm up and get that out during the warm up. So now when you jump ball, you ready to go.
Gotcha. What you say? Miguel, look like you can't. We can't hear you. We can't hear anything you're saying. And now you're muted. Nope, we don't. We. Hey, can we get the technician over to Miguel? Can we? Yeah, get on over to Miguel. We need the technician. Man.
Nope. Oh, there's some just.
Hello.
There we go. We got you.
All right, Mr. Chairman. Can I speak?
The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Okay. Mr. Hall of Famer Robert Battle. Have you ever attempted to play or practice basketball after eating several number ones, replacing the drink with a milkshake?
Can't say that I have.
Okay.
I bet you have. I bet you have sometime in your career. I bet you. Argentina, they got the number one. I don't know. Got something down there that you enjoyed.
No. You know what? I will say this. I mean, when you're young and you AAU, that all they know is get everybody McDonald's. So you playing games, you play like 3 games, you get McDonald's, and you play the next 3 games. Yeah, when you 14 to 16, maybe.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Not when I'm a professional.
Crapping out packing peanuts.
I'm just saying,
Well, hey man, he averaged 30 points in the playoffs, 30 points a game playoffs on the Chick-fil-A diet.
Yeah, but he averaged 34 during the regular season.
How much did he average in the 3rd round?
I don't know. Same thing LeBron averaged. Same thing James Harden averaged. Same thing Nikola Jokic averaged.
you are
LeBron James 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You are becoming the Amber Rose of the Embiid saga.
Wow, because I'm saying that we should hold on to a guy that's scoring 30 points a game out of shape on a bum knee in the playoffs. Because I'm saying let's not get rid of a guy that makes the team better when he's there. As you could look at the numbers, as everybody likes to do, they won more games with him there than they won with
Amber.
Wow. Wow, because I don't look at fake news.
What fake news?
You probably the same. You probably still believe in Ben Simmons, too, don't you?
Hell no. I didn't believe in Ben Simmons when he was here.
This is the year. They say he 100%.
You didn't see his new video with him shooting threes with no shirt on.
Looking at those videos after his first season. But after the first season, he came back not doing it. I was like, I don't.
How psychotic do you have to be to do that every single year, thinking they're gonna believe me this time?
Thank you. That is strange to me.
Is that the Kardashian curse? At its peak.
That is strange to me. I do not understand that one bit. Like you keep putting out these videos. You work. Well, you're a great workout artist. You're great. Try to go viral and get paid off those videos. Because if I'm an NBA owner, ain't no way I'm signing you off these videos you keep putting out. I'll miss out if you end up being great. But there ain't no way I'm taking a chance on the Ben Simmons. No way.
How much?
And if I did, he would have to play power forward, no point forward, and I would have to let Rob tell me how else I'd have to play him on the court because he ain't running the point for me, and I'm not expecting him to score, and he's not getting any crunch time minutes unless he's got to go in to defend somebody in the last second, and we don't need any points.
Here's a good question. Switching lanes. Will the men's sprinters bring gold back to the Olympics? Will we reclaim the 100 and the 200 gold medals? It's been 20 years.
Has it been 20 years?
It's been 20 years.
Michael Johnson, right?
That's right, because the Italian dude won the last.
I think it's Gatling.
It was Justin Gatlin.
Okay.
It was Justin Gatlin.
The 100, and then I forget the other. The 200.
It was Justin Gatlin. Then Usain Bolt started winning, and then the last Olympics, the Italian guy. Well, I can't remember his name. Was Italian guy.
Yeah.
In the 100. I think the Americans have a great shot at it this year. The 100-meter dash has been crazy this year. Like times have been crazy. They have a very good shot at it. I feel bad for Christian Coleman because I felt like he would have been great, but he didn't qualify. Well, the United States, will they bring gold?
I mean, like Noah Lyles seems to be the 200-meter king.
Seems to be
I don't know
that.
if he'll win the 100 or not, a gold in the 100, but he should get a gold in 200. I think it seems to be a few folks that can potentially win the 100.
The 100 is going to be tougher. Absolutely. I think the 200, I think if I had to put smart money, I'm putting the smart money on him on the 200. And I'm putting scared money on him in the 100. But in my heart, I feel like Kung Fu Kenny Bednarik is going to win the 100. I don't know why I feel that way. I just had this feeling Kenny Bednarik is going to win the 100.
Can Sha'Carri do it?
I think she will win the 100.
I don't think she'll do the 200, but she
didn't qualify. She's not in. She didn't qualify.
That's not her race.
Yeah, she came in fourth, I think.
Oh yeah, she didn't qualify, but she did medal. I think she came in third in the World Championship.
Because she's good for that burst and then that second win, but for this 200, you need like that extra. You almost need like a third win.
So the 200 now we just got Gabby Thomas.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, she's tough too.
But old girl,
Brittany. There's Gabby Thomas, Brittany Brown, Mackenzie Long,
Sharika Jackson from Jamaica.
From
Jamaica. 200.
I think she's going to win the 200.
She was like what was she, 7/10 off of FloJo's 200 record?
Something like that. Yeah. If she brings it, she should win the 200. Of course, I'm rooting for Gabby Thomas, but I'm expecting to see Jamaica with 2 medals in the 200.
Yeah, I don't think Gabby Thomas can beat her.
I think Jamaica probably gets 2 medals in the 100 too, but I think Sha'Carri wins gold. I think she comes away with the gold.
Now, I think the U.S. women is going to kill the relay. They already been doing that. The 4x1.
The men. I saw something the other day that they said the 4x100 meter relay team is finally in good hands because they've been cursed for like the last 20 years, dropping batons, bad passes, disqualified. I'm excited for the 4x1. I'm always excited for it, but I'm excited because I believe the Americans can finish in first place. I'm excited for the 4x4 because I'm going to see the young boy. I'm going to see him run. I hope he gets to run in a final, even if it's the mixed. I mean, it'd just be the mixed or regular. But I hope I get to see him run in a final. It'd be dope to see that. I don't want to miss him because he ran at 2:30 on a Tuesday, and I was at work. You know what I mean? So
What What about this WNBA All Stars versus the Olympic team on Saturday? I'm curious to see that.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, the WNBA, the All Stars are going to play the Olympic team.
Ooh, like a little
Saturday.
exhibition, like
I don't know what time. Let me see. What time is it?
well, I guess I got to go with the Olympic team because I'm going with the Olympic team because I'm going to just assume they got the best players.
I
It
mean,
looks like it's going to be this Friday at 11.
it's Friday. No, it's the 20th. Right?
Says the 19th pre-release. Let me see.
Well, it depends on what country he's into.
No, it's here.
It should be here, but you know. But that should be. I'm glad you told me. I'm going to check that game out. I'll be front and center for that game.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. It is.
It's on the 20th.
At 7, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
So we got the All Stars they're going to have Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Alicia Gray, Kelsey Mitchell, Enrique Ogunbowale. That's the leading scorer I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
They make Angel Reese, Nyeka Ogwumike. Yeah, they got some ballers. Brianna Jones.
Should be a good game.
Earl Jones, that's the big girl from New York Liberty.
That should be a good game. That should be a good game.
7:30 on Saturday. So then you got Team U. You got Aja Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, Nafisa Collier, Chelsea Gray, Kalia Cooper, Philly Stand Up, Brittany Griner, Joel, Brianna Stewart. I mean, they got tough. They got some.
Here's my prediction. Here's my prediction for that game. I expect it to be a good game. And being in the beginning, I expect Team USA to kind of pull away and make it not look that good. Only because in my mind, Team USA was going to have a little more continuity, a little more chemistry than that All-Star team. And that chemistry is, to me, that chemistry is going to really count for something in that particular game. This U.S. team is, for the most part, has played together for the last few Olympics. If give or take a few people. Tarazi been on the team. Is Tarazi on the team this year? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. She's on the team. Tarazi's on the team.
They talking about deserve. Caitlin Clark didn't deserve. Diana Taurasi don't deserve to be on the team. But they want her to get that 6 gold medal. She going for a record.
Okay. How many Brian got? Brian got 3 and a bronze, or 2 and a bronze. He got 3 and a bronze. He got 3 and a bronze.
I don't know.
Yeah, 3 and a bronze. Thanks, Allen Iverson. Wasn't his fault though. Wasn't his fault. They gave him a team. They just thought they could run rep shot. More said. What'd you say?
That team was horrible. They had like Tayshaun Prince and
that team was bad.
What was it, like Michael Redd and
Tim Duncan? Tim Duncan was on the team, but yeah, it was. I think Michael Redd was on. Chauncey Billups, I think, was on the team.
Tim Duncan hated it. He's like, y'all never play this again. He didn't like the European rules.
And Paul Pierce, I was just watching TV. Paul Pierce on TV the other day. He said why he wasn't on that team because he was on the World Championship team the previous year, and they didn't do well. And he didn't like the, he said he would not play for another U.S. team. And he didn't, and he probably should have been on that team because I think Paul can play a little bit. Paul get on my nerves, but he can play. More sad news. LaSalle legend Joe Jellybean Bryant, father of Kobe Bryant, passed away today. I believe it was today, right? Today at the age of 69. Big 5 Hall of Famer. Shout out to him, man.
To the beam.
He was a Sixer too.
He was a Sixer.
He was a Sixer. So yeah, so we're gonna get any last words, gentlemen, before we get up out of here.
Dwarfs do not mind being called dwarfs. It's not looked at as a epithet, but they would rather just be called their name.
Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I wanted to end on a soft note.
I didn't think about something that I did, but I'm sure by next week I can think of something to tell on myself about. Miguel probably knows something I did that he was around for something I did, and I don't know. Maybe.
What?
I'm just saying, if I did something when we were together, Coach, I probably did something stupid somewhere, and you were probably there to witness it. And maybe
I mean, other than noises, I can't think of anything.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I don't do nothing. I don't.
Look at high and mighty Moses over here.
I'm boring. I don't do nothing. I don't do it all. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us on the Check Swing podcast with myself, the brains and brawn of the show, Miguel, Coach Miguel Santa, and, of course, the Hall of Famer, Rob Battle, in the building. We're going to get up out of here as soon as I find all the graphics I need. We're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us. We'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.